In today's video, we're going to be breaking down these current conditions, diving into the upcoming severe weather, and really just talking about that overall pattern, which is looking pretty wild. Let's just get straight into things though, and first things first, we're taking a look here at those current conditions, and as you can see, we have quite a bit going on, including some activity up there in the northwestern United States with some lighter to moderate showers. This is pretty common up there. We have a very similar story up here for the northeast, where there is just those lighter to even moderate showers, even maybe some heavier showers up there potentially. And then for in between areas here for the deep south up through the Ohio Valley, upper Midwest, and back down through the plains, as you can see, we have showers, heavier showers to even thunderstorms taking place in a lot of these areas. So that is the look as of now. Let's go ahead and zoom into some of these different regions real quickly. First things first here, as I desperately try to zoom in, our northwestern region, we could see, again, these are lighter showers. There is some heavier pockets, especially down there in eastern Oregon heading into Idaho there. You'll see that build in. So you see those turn yellow. That is some more moderate showers taking place up there. But for the northern regions here, for Washington, Idaho, Montana, we see much lighter showers taking place, mostly just lighter greens. And these are going to probably continue through the day, but this is obviously nothing you guys aren't used to. As we take a look at the upper Midwest here, we can see there is, to the west, some lighter showers taking place. But then just to the east, we have this line of thunderstorms developing for Wisconsin and Iowa, as well as Minnesota. Very far southern Minnesota has been being impacted by these as well. And these look pretty intense. These will continue to head further southward, down south towards Cedar Rapids there in Iowa, and even further south into northern Illinois as well. We'll need to watch for that. Now, as we take a look here, we can see that there is just this pocket of thunderstorms as well taking place for Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. Even some severe thunderstorm warnings popping up there with that one a little bit earlier on. So we are seeing some heavier thunderstorms for this area, and especially as we head a little bit further west here into Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle there, we could see tons of severe thunderstorm warnings coming in with that one. We can tell that pinks are showing up, high precipitation, which probably indicates hail was likely taking place with this one. So some heavier thunderstorms around. We even see this pocket of thunderstorms and showers for Kansas there that took place, and those also look pretty heavy at times as well. So this started out as showers and developed more into thunderstorms overnight into this morning, very, very early on this morning. Now we can see that as we head further eastward for Tennessee, even down through Mississippi and Georgia, we do, or better yet, Alabama and Georgia, we do see that there is some of those heavier showers and thunderstorms happening around Birmingham and even further south towards Montgomery there. So we're seeing these two areas especially see some of that heavier precipitation with those thunderstorms and showers. This area of showers is heading towards Knoxville, so kind of the eastern central regions of the state. So we are seeing those move through. And even as we head towards the Virginia and North Carolina border, really we can't rule out some isolated thunderstorms and showers up here at this point. So for the Appalachian Mountains there, on some of the Smoky Mountains, we're seeing some of that activity. And this will head further eastward throughout the day today, by the way, into these regions, so keep that in mind. As we head further south here, we can see that Florida is really not seeing any thunderstorms at this point. We saw the west coast see a little bit there, but actually a surprisingly quiet day down there for Florida. And then here for the northeast is our last region we need to talk about. We see, again, these heavier showers, moderate to heavy showers taking place there for New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. All of these areas all morning have been seeing heavier showers, and this is actually moving out from west to east, however. Now only really far eastern Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and then the whole state of Maine is still seeing those showers. So we're seeing this really quiet down and come to an end. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the upcoming pattern finally. Now, by the time we reach this afternoon, this is going to be the look. We have this stormy activity for all of these areas in here. This is mostly going to be more isolated to scattered thunderstorms. We still have these showers moving out up there for the northeast. We still have those very light showers up there for the northwest. As we head towards tomorrow afternoon, which will be Thursday the 9th, we can tell that the jet stream, first off, is doing something like this. So we see it moving up like this, and we see a low developing along it, potentially a nor'easter type storm. This brings quite a bit of storminess for a lot of these areas there. Warmer temperatures are probably going to be trending in for the west here, as you can see, and a lot of colder air is going to be trending in for these areas around here, just like that. So that is going to be our look here by the time we're reaching already tomorrow. By the time we reach Friday, we can see the jet stream is really trying to dip down like this, so we will see again just not quite as hot of conditions for these areas. and we're going to see much warmer conditions for these areas like here. We see still some storminess moving along this area here that we drew, so it is really moving along that jet. By the time we reach Saturday, again, we can see it's all areas of activity are kind of riding along this. So we're seeing that take place. Sunday afternoon, it's just about like this, and we have potentially thunderstorms up there for the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. And then a bigger storm system than we've seen recently up there for the Northwest. So we could be taking a look at some stronger storms heading off up into the Northwest there. Let's keep going with this, though, because by the time we reach Monday, something interesting happens. Is Monday, June 13th. We have another snowstorm. So apparently we're not going to get to stop talking about the total snowfall in these videos because potentially a moderate snowstorm for this time of year is going to be hitting around the 13th, potentially. So we have to talk about that. So we will be taking a look at the total snowfall in a little while. We do see isolated showers and thunderstorms taking place in the Northeast by Monday the 13th. Tuesday the 14th, we have still this snowstorm lingering in here. Actually, quite a strong low here in 994. The jet stream is doing about like this. So we're seeing something like this. Maybe I could do that a little bit smoother. It's doing just about like that. So this is likely causing a lot of warm air to surge just to the east of this low and do something like that. We see a lot of cold air moving in behind the low. And there's another low right here, by the way, as well. And this is the one that's causing a lot of that snowfall in there. Cold air is also supporting that as well. And likely we're going to see a cold front start to dip down from this low, I would imagine, by the time we reach Wednesday. Something like that, yeah. Something in here getting going. This could be some severe weather on the way. Jet stream is still like this. So very, very warm temperatures in the east by this point, likely. Some thunderstorm activity down here for Wednesday, the 15th there. Thursday, the 16th, we see that things get a little bit quieter. We do have some activity there in the Northwest, some here for the eastern and Gulf states here, kind of in that area. And even by the time we reach Friday, we can see a low does develop, and way up here, by the way, and we do see that cold front just dangling down. And this does cause some thunderstorm activity potentially for the eastern United States by that point. But that's basically the end of the model run. So that's all we have to go based off of at this point. But as time goes on, if you guys subscribe and stay tuned with us, we will see more and more into the mid-June pattern as time goes on. Over the coming days, we will get a clearer picture. So that's going to be easier to see moving forward. Now, for the total precipitation over the next 10 days, if you're anywhere in the whites, you're expecting practically no precipitation. Your grays will be about 1/10 of an inch or less of precipitation. Greens will be 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Blues will be 1/2 an inch to an inch. Yellows will be 1 inch to 2 inches. Reds will be 2 to 5 inches. And then your brown/grays will be about 5 to 10 inches of precipitation. So we can see a lot of that activity is up in the Northwest as well as the eastern United States there. Now, for total snowfall over the next 10 days, if you're anywhere in the grays, you're expecting a dusting, if anything. Blues will be 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. Purples will be 6 to 10. Pinks will be 10 to 20. And then your pastels will be 20 inches plus. All of a sudden, we have pinks and pastels showing up for the Rockies. So we're not quite done with the snowfall, unfortunately. I would love to stop talking about it for a while, but I can't yet. So let's go ahead and move on. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the upcoming temperature pattern. All right, now here we are taking a look at that upcoming temperature pattern. And already by the time we reach Thursday afternoon, you could tell that that jet stream pattern is exactly how we showed it. Trough in the east here, bringing colder temperatures into these areas, indicated by the blues, and warm air really being able to surge up into the west. This will change, so keep watching. We're going to see this really just progress into something different, but we do see the trough still here in the east, ridge still in the west by the time we reach Friday the 10th. Saturday the 11th, it gets even deeper into the eastern United States. We do see this ridge still around, but look at this. We see this cold air starting to make its way in. This could start to force that warm air to the east, and the cold air could be forced to move up. That's usually how this works. Some sort of air mass moves into the northwest that really switches things up. So by Sunday, the 12th here, we see this cold air really expanding, the warm air heading further eastward, and the cold air really non-existent there by Sunday. And then by Monday, we see this cold air really shoves its way in. We see the warm air surging into the east, and we're left with a jet stream pattern more like this. Okay, that's by Monday the 13th. Tuesday the 14th, it gets even more dramatic. We have this low in here, probably not that big, low right about here. Cold front dangling down, snowfall happening for the Rockies by this point, and warm air surging out ahead of this low, potentially bringing some isolated thunderstorms in those warmer, more tropical areas with this, but that's a story for a much closer day. Now, we see that there is this cold air still around in here for Wednesday, June 15th. The warm air is still around for the east here on June 15th as well. Thursday, June 16th, we get warmer overall for the entire United States. Cooled a tiny bit for the east, but it's still above normal temperatures overall. But we're seeing some above normal temperatures here in the west as well, which is fairly interesting. Then for Friday, we see there is a little bit of cold air here for the west coast, but primarily the warmth is mostly over the central and western United States, although there's still some around here for the eastern United States as well. This kind of looks like a face. It's pretty funny looking, but it happens all the time. I don't know why. And then as we're approaching into Saturday, this is the look. So this is the end of the model run. This is all we have to go based off of, kind of troughs on both coasts with a little bit of a ridge in the middle. Seems to be the look. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to move on again, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the storm prediction center because we have 3 days of upcoming severe weather. Now, first things first, here's the day one categorical outlook. This is for June 8th, which is Wednesday today from the time I'm making this video. We have 2 general thunderstorm risks found there in the 2 lighter green regions, one there for the northern Rockies, and then one there for the eastern United States as well as the south central United States. And that lighter green area is where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so heed every watch, warning, and advisory. The darker green region there is going to be our marginal risk of severe weather, and that's where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. And then the 2 yellow areas there is going to be our slight risk of severe weather, where we expect scattered severe weather to begin to take place. Now, for the individual outlooks, this is all based on 25 miles of a given location. So, for instance, if you live in the green region there, that means that within 25 miles of your house, there's a 5% chance of damaging wind taking place. So that goes for all of these percentages I'm going to be going over in this video. The 2 yellow areas is going to be 15% chance, and then that hatched area for Oklahoma and Texas is actually where we have a significant hatched area, and that's where 2-inch, or better yet, that's where extremely damaging wind is going to be possible, even further than what is typically considered to be damaging or severe. So especially damaging wind will be possible within that region. For hail here, we have a 5% chance of damage, or better yet, we have a 5% chance of hail within the green, and then a 15% chance of hail within the 2 yellow areas there. And then for tornadoes, we have 2% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of a given location within the 2 green regions, and then a 5% chance there within the brown region there over the Ohio Valley. Now for the day 2 categorical outlook, again, we have that general thunderstorm risk area there in the lighter green regions. We have a marginal risk there in the 2, or better yet, the 1 darker green region there. That's where we expect isolated severe weather. And then we have a pyramid of a slight risk there over the central United States. It's very odd, but that is where we have a slight risk of severe weather, and that's where we expect scattered severe weather to take place. Let's once again go over the individual outlooks here. We have a 5% chance of damaging wind there in the green, 15% chance of damaging wind there in the yellow, and then we have that significant hatched area again for the plains, where we anticipate especially damaging wind to be possible within there for Thursday, June 9th, which will be day 2 here. And then for the hail outlook, we have a 5% chance there in the green, 15% chance there in the yellow, and then again that significant hatch region for Oklahoma, or better yet, Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska. I don't know why I'm messing up so much on this part, but that is where we expect 2-inch diameter or larger hail to be possible there. Again, Thursday, June 9th or tomorrow from the time I'm making this video. And then for the tornado outlook, we have a 2% chance there from Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up through Kansas and Nebraska there in that green region. Again, a 2% chance of tornadoes on Thursday, June 9th. Now for day 3, we don't get the individual outlooks here, but we have 3 general thunderstorm risks there, where again we expect general thunderstorms, but heed every watch, warning, and advisory still. We have the darker green region down there for the deep south, where we expect isolated severe weather to occur in that marginal area, or the darker green region. And then the yellow area down there for Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas as well. And that is where we have a slight risk of severe weather, where we expect scattered severe weather to take place. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we are at a 4 out of 6 still, just because everything is still in the medium to long range that we've talked about. So confidence for that reason is still not the highest it could possibly be. But for today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dauphin Eagle, Lola Pan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Conley, Noah Harley, Melissa Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Garys, and John Khaleesi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.